Hi, really nice to be talking to all of you guys today. It's a great day, and it's a pleasure for that I'm able to speak at NFT Paris. Thanks to everyone who has put together this awesome event. The title of this talk: first, after, then this. Right? So there are around 6,500 languages in the world actively being spoken. And, but every human being has this tendency to create his own language, like uh, his body, the way he talks, the way he writes, everything is a little unique to himself, right? And language itself usually tends to be associated with the geography, right? And even if it does not, it tends to make this connection. So languages from across the world, they tend to have this geographical connection. And, when I speak in my mother tongue, uh, people who are from the same language family usually immediately tend to connect with me, relate with me, and they try to identify with me. I think about this, but in reality, to smile, to laugh, to cry, to express your love, to show anger, actually language is not required, right? But in that place, our body language replaces the need for a spoken language. And to be more specific, visual art, visual language is what replaces language that we speak. And it is important that we understand this and to understand the importance of visual language, because end of the day, visual art has the power to shatter geographical boundaries. It has the power to shatter political boundaries. And, that is why visual art and this whole NFT world is very, very, very interesting. Right? I, I, I was born in the south of India. I come from a place where we speak Tamil. Tamil is how I identify myself, right? But with crypto and what NFT gave me, right? This global stage, for a long time, I've been, a tech person, interested in tech and coding. But with this stage, actually, what has happened to me in this last year is that I've, I've now become more reflective, and specifically because I'm now trying to understand how I can connect the language, the language I was born in, Tamil, right, with all the global languages in the world, right? And that is the hardest, that is the trickiest question I think we are all facing. And because maybe 5 6 years ago, when crypto just started, like to become more and more popular, it was always thought to be a, a technological movement, right? It was for the coders, for the technologists. Today, with the advent of NFTs, what has really happened is that we have created a global stage for a visual language, right? And so this is very important. A lot of people, when they think about NFTs, and when they think about what should I do with NFTs, your NFT is how you are communicating to the world. Your NFT is what you are telling about yourself to the world. Your NFT has its own voice, and that is just visual, right? And this commonality is has now become global, and that is so good, because maybe like 50 years ago, 60 years ago, when we didn't have this connection with with the global economy, all these languages, all the people, like let's not talk about the language itself, but think about the people. There are so many people in the world, even today, who can just speak one language, and that may not be English, you know. And what is crypto going to do, right? If crypto is a global system, crypto is a fair system, and crypto is a system that is going to unite the whole world. How can this be? How can this be done without having a common language, right? And like it's nice and great that we are at this point, right? And this is about what I wanted to speak today. I don't know if I can take questions, or like if I have to continue speaking on some other topic, I can do that too. But if I can open this up for a question or two, I'll be happy to. Okay, cool. Okay, I think it's I just heard that it's hard to have a question or two. Okay, that's cool. No problem. I would like to explore one other topic that's like that's been uh, the the topic of this year for me, right? And post the Beeple incident, my life has actually like been a very taken a very interesting path in ways that are very positive, and in ways which have been um, very like I've become very patient and reflective, right? And this tendency has now occurred to me because I believe it's because now I've been involved a lot in in the process of art itself, right? And so one of the things which I really enjoy, people talk about buying NFT, selling NFT, holding NFT, etc. But one of the things which is most gratifying in this area, which I don't think people are, like exploring a lot yet, is actually commissioning artwork. And when I talk about commissioning, you know, it is not just financing a production of an NFT or an art. It is being able to work with the artist, like going through the process, creating an NFT for yourself, right? And maybe that opportunity varies from person to person, because even if we are able to, reach a specific artist, what you create in combination with the artist is really, really unique, right? And and for a second, if you can move away from this like this fast world of pumps and dumps, and like money go up, and all these things, for a second, art, the process, is itself gratifying, right? And if you actually are able to create a collection, imagine this, like you work with 10 artists, and you spend the time, not just the money, you spend the time with the artist, and if you create, say, 10 NFTs, these NFTs become very, very unique. And in this world where there are infinite NFTs, how do we find uniqueness? You can find uniqueness only by investing your own time. And it is very important that we start doing that, right? The world right now, NFT, it started in a very different place. It was, I would say, it was a naive, small, group of people who were like, OG crypto creators. They did it because they didn't find a place in the world. But I feel like in the last year, this explosion, it's actually good because it has brought so many people into the industry. It has brought the attention of the whole globe um, towards the NFT industry. So art is now a global industry, right? Art is not uh, like locked. Art is not um, controlled. Art is not, like you don't have to be in a specific geographical location to be an artist, right? And and even with all of this, what has happened now, and like in years to come, is that there are going to be infinite NFTs. There is not going to be one NFT, 1,000 NFT, 10,000, infinite NFTs. Right? Think about that for a second. In this infinite NFT space, what makes your NFT or a NFT you collect valuable? And that is, like as I told, the time you are able to spend on the creation of the NFT. So I would, I'm really excited, like to see the explosion that's going on, and I've been quite, um, I've been quite silent, uh, almost on the sidelines, figuring out, what I should be doing, what I should be collecting, and maybe in the next year, you'll see some of the works I've been involved with, um, where my the majority of my input has not been the money, but the effort, right? And that's what has made the difference in my life. And yeah, I'm not just saying that. It has made me a better person. Uh, it has taught me a lot, and it has even taught me about thinking about crypto itself, right? Because when we work with artists, the most interesting part I've realized is that, like they are able to see the future, right? Like they are able to, like when we have, when like I was, my occupation was a coder, right? And my friends were coders too. So we are all technologists, capitalists. We are all talking the same thing, talking about the same thing, discussing the same thing. At some point, when an artist steps into the conversation and asks the question, why, what is crypto, right? And what is what is this world? And the question is about the fairness. The question is about the system. The question is about, how distribution has happened. When it comes to asset allocation, etc. And all these questions, make me think about my own journey in crypto, right? And that's what I've learned. And I think it's important, and important that, me personally, I, I decided that I would not rush. Um, I don't want to keep doing, something without learning or understanding my new position. And that was the introduction that I gave you guys. My life now, I've been focusing on talking to artists from various parts of the world, right? And to understand, how do we link the differences? How do we link people from different spaces? How do we link people from different geographical language backgrounds into this global economy? And in this path, if there are people who are also thinking about the same, I'm sure we would have great conversations. And with that, uh, that was about what I uh, had for today. Thanks a lot for this opportunity, and I'll let you guys hear. Thanks a lot.